Good morning. Good morning once again. Thank you for joining us. Welcome to conference room number 2 on day 2 of Healthcare Revolution Conference and Exhibition. Now, for those of you all who are here, we are here for a fantastic session from Scrubs to Entrepreneurship. Right? So we're going to, those of you all just joining us here, come on over, don't be shy. We have our esteemed panelists that are going to join us here on stage. We'll start off with Dr. Kev from QMed. Dr. Kev, can you have Dr. Kev with a big round of applause for Dr. Kev, please? Next, we have Dr. Mohammad Hanif from Maya. He's CEO of Maya and Score IT Solution. And last but not least, we have Dr. Selina Chiu, founder of Disruptive Doctors and the Healthcare Revolution. Come on, Doctor. Hi, Dr. Selina. And moderating this session, wow, for you, Golan. Fantastic. And moderating this session, ladies and gentlemen, is Mr. Brian Fernandez from BizTech Asia, founder of BizTech Asia. Thank you, Brian. Yeah, I'll pass the microphone.
Thanks, Matt. Good morning, everyone. You're here bright and early. Some of you are obviously from the other session as well, and I'm sure people are eating first. Some of them are eating first before they come in. But this is going to be a very interesting session because one of the key things is some of you are perhaps exploring what to do next. Is it another job? Or is there something else I can do outside of medicine? Or perhaps within medicine itself? Now, the 3 entrepreneurs here are also your peers. They've made the leap into entrepreneurship. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take a little journey and ask them first to share some insights into their journeys from being a doctor and transitioning into being a doctor entrepreneur. And you're still a doctor. You don't lose that identity. I think that's a thing that will come out as well. But they transition into entrepreneurship. And for a start, I'm going to start with Dr. Kevin Lim. Kevin, can you give us your story and how you evolved over the years?
Yep. Thanks, Brian. Can you hear me? Testing 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So good morning, everyone. So thanks for turning into this hall. So my name is Kev here. I turning into entrepreneurship by accident. I was aspired to become a pediatrician, intensive pediatricians to be exact. So I studied my uni, then went to do my housemanship in Hospital Selayang. Finished my housemanship, was transferred to Hospital Bintulu, and quickly I joined into pediatric as a pediatric MO there for 3 years. Then I came back to Hospital Sungai Buloh, continue my pediatric MO journey. And at the same time, I went for my master, passed my master exam. I was supposed to go into HUKM. So everything seems quite smooth back then. Was really like ICU, so during my MO-ship, I always get the opportunity to rotate myself into ICU, PITS ICU there. Then things changes when my daughter, back then, I have a 8-month-old daughter around 6 years ago, when she had some macrocephaly, so sudden onset of enlarge of the head circumference, so require me to bring her for follow-up. And by that time, my wife as well, also a pediatrician, doing a master in HUKM. So you all doctors understand how busy the life is. So when we're treating patients in the hospital, we are treating babies of other parents while we're ignoring our babies at home. So that's something that hurt me quite a lot back then. So I decided to put my career at a pause back then. So I bring her for follow-up in HKL, Sungai Selayang, all these things. In HKL, that gave me a very unforgettable experience. I bring her to, no offense to any HKL people here, but it's a common scenario lah. So I bring her for genetic clinics. I remember appointment is 9 o'clock, but the thing is, I need to carry her, see the doctors there, but I waited in the clinics I think 3-4 hours until like 1-2 o'clock. At the meantime, I scared to leave because I scared it miss my turn. At the same time, I need to bottle feed my daughter. So the experience is very terrible. So there's a time that I started to look at the healthcare from doctor perspective, changing to patient perspective. So from patient perspective, we basically want a better experience, better waiting time experience, all these things. So when that is basically how it sparked my mind to do something out of my clinical works, to do some digital solution. Because for me, I quite well versed in digital, this kind of technology since young. So for me, it's something very simple to solve. You just give them an appointment system, you just give them a live queue for them to monitor. Why don't anyone implement that? So you can drastically improve the entire situation there. So when my daughter a bit more stable, met out with my co-founder, not just myself, another 2 co-founder. So we will have a discussion on this over the coffee chat. Then there's an idea come out to, why don't we do something to solve the long waiting time? So that's when we started the company called QMed, Q for medical initially. So that's where we started, and we do an MVP, and we push to some of the close friends, and they love it, and we continue to build from there. So fast forward today, and that's how we grow our company until today. But with a very simple missions to solve the long waiting time at the beginning.
Brian. Thank you, Brian. Hi, good morning, everyone. Yeah, so I was a medical doctor. I shared the story. I think I've shared it many times, but I'll share it again. I had plan A, which was to be an intensivist. I love the ICU. I really enjoy how fast everything is moving in the ICU. So I graduated from Indonesia, came back, and I did my housemanship in Seremban. I did a district posting somewhere in Jelebu. At that time, Jelebu was not, like Simpang Pertang was not even on Google Maps. I had to just drive until I found a clinic. So it was quite an experience. And when I got there, I was there for about close to 2 years. Then I came back to Seremban again. I did NS and ICU, and I moved to Sungai Buloh and Shah Alam. And I really enjoyed the ICU. While I was in ICU, I worked in 3 different ICU, and I saw the differences in all 3 ICUs, right? And the one that stood out was from one of my consultants who brought the system that she learned from Australia, and she set it up there, and I thought this was an amazing ICU. The survival rate was so high, there was low mortality, and patients don't stay there for months, like in the other ICUs. And I thought I wanted to follow her footsteps. I saw how she went to Australia, studied there, did her residency there, came back, and that was a different quality, and I really admired that. So, but, I was only in that hospital for a short period because it was like an attachment before the other hospital opened. So while I was there, I thought, okay, let me prepare for AMC. While I was in that preparation, I had a slip disc. Truth be told, right, I was actually I wasn't very happy working. I thought if I become a specialist, I will be happier. You know, that whole, if I climb higher, I might be happier, right? So when I was there, I was not satisfied with so many things, the way things are doing. When I was in Sungai Buloh, there was a colleague that passed away post-call because she crashed her car into a tree. She was so tired, she crashed her car. So there were so many things that I was not very satisfied with, but I felt very powerless to actually do something about it. So fast forward, like I mentioned, I had a slip disc. I asked for light duty. They were not very supportive, and I thought maybe I'm just going to take this time to see if there's anything out there. I wrote lots of letters to many, many people in the ministry, and somehow I got my transfer. I made it to the medical research facility. When I was there, it was a very, very difficult time because I could not merge all my experience I had. I had so much experience. I can do a CVL half asleep at 2 a.m., one eye open, and it's bloodless, and it's 5 minutes. Like that's all my personal record time, right? I'm always timing all this stuff. But when I came to this place, I couldn't merge what I brought with me to this new place, and I didn't know who to talk to, who to speak to, And at the time, 2017, 2016, there was very, very little information out there. And I didn't even know what to Google. The word non-clinical, it wasn't even there, right? This is a new word now people are starting to see. So I actually found this lady, this doctor in UK, who actually spoke to me. I felt so good just having someone to share this experience with was very helpful. So she gave me a lot of insights to all the possible things I could do. And so that's when I had this idea, maybe I could start something like that, a platform for doctors. Initially, I tested this idea out with people around me. They told me it's a bad idea. Nothing's going to come out of it. These are some of the doctors who I was working with at the medical research facility. But I thought, you know what, that's not me. I'm not going to just take no for an answer. So I decided, let me just test this out and see whether the market responds, whether the market is going to say, yes, this is what we want. So it started out with this article. I wrote an article and I broadcasted it to every single Facebook page I could find that would accept the posting. And you know what? That's how it started. From that one article, nobody supported the idea, to 100 people responding to me. The first session we did was 20 people. Kev was there. It was a very tiny session in a very small co-working space. And it grew from there. January 2020, I think, it was 20 people. And as you know, then it grew to about 100 plus, 200, and it became what it is today.
Assalamualaikum. Very good morning, everyone. So let me introduce myself first. My name is Muhammad Hanif. I'm the CEO of and co-founder for Maya Sdn Bhd, a solution for radiologists, AI and radiologists. And then together with the CEO, I'm juggling two companies, as ESCO IT Solution, a CMS company, clinic management system company, with a 7 million patient data and 1,500 clinic in our territory right now, in our system. So how I start? Actually, it started since 2014 during my final year of medical school. During that time, in NASDAQ, the biggest IPO, which is Alibaba, that time, 2014. And then during that time also, they call it the internet bubble, IT bubble. So I thought with that kind of idea, if you start an IT company, people will pouring you with money. That's the idea. It's a very stupid thing. So, okay, that time I'm very young. And then I come back from Malaysia. I have an idea. What if I can augment doctors' intelligence? That's the idea first. So I present my idea to Mosti in front of 30 people, all stakeholders, all government agencies, and then I'm a small kid. And then I bring up 15 slides, tingkatan 5 punya slide, you bring to corporate. I managed to open only 15 slides, I just managed to open 3 slides. And then they screwed me lah, basically. They screwed me. And then, but yeah, that's the best experience I learned from that. And then, okay lah, I thought entrepreneurship is not for me. And then I doing houseman. But during my housemanship, they have at the back of my head, what if, have you read the thing that you need to finish what you start? They always say, during my housemanship, it's always at the back of my head. And then, 2018, I packed my bags. I swing the government, I resigned 24 hours, I packed my bags, literally I go to Cyberjaya. Because Cyberjaya, I thought it's like a Silicon Valley. It's how unknowledgeable I am. So that time, 2018. And then after that, what I have is my saving, which is not even reach 6,000 ringgit. My computer, which is I borrowed from my friend, and my idea. I don't have any entrepreneurship knowledge. I don't have any Sdn Bhd. I don't know what is the enterprise is all about. I don't know the documentation. I don't know what pitch all about. Pitch deck, venture capital, where the money come from, government agency, I don't know.